Hello folks, this is Steve AB4L. I'm out on my front stoop. It's only 100 degrees out here, folks. It's only 100 degrees. I got this package. Now, I'm not promoting anything. I'm not recommending anything. I got this package. Thank you. A day early, as usual. No, I didn't pay shipping, but I got it a day early going into this past weekend. Wow. Anyway, you know who it's from, right? You know who it's from. So we got to open it. Now I'm going to try not to cut myself. Pardon the camera work. Trying to get this. Haven't done this in a while. Had to improvise. A lot of this stuff you've seen before. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at it, look at how. See, that so it won't rattle around. Let's see if we can sort this stuff out. I don't even remember what I got. I don't even remember what I got. Okay, it's a variety of things. This is going to be experimental. I have a router that does Wi-Fi, but I wanted to be able to do it independent of the router. I don't know if it'll be possible. And from what I could see, it's got the antenna and it's a USB 3 and everything is in here. See, everything goes forward, new technology. This is the same brand as my router, so there should be a compatibility thing. And beyond that, I don't know anything about it. This is going to be something to play with. For the way my life has gone with microSD cards and I can't believe. I remember when the first cards came out, slow, maybe they worked, burned out ears, a lot of problems with them. I made videos about them. Some of my most popular videos are still microSD cards. You can read what's on there, but you can't add any files. It's because it's actually something inside is corrupted and it has code that automatically locks it so you can't lose the data you already have, but you can't do anything else with it. It's a hard thing for people to accept. It's one of my, I made that video at least 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's still one of my most popular, which means that microSD cards are always locking up on people. These are readers. This particular reader, I don't use the adapters. This particular reader is like $5, and I've got maybe now, this will be about 8 of them. Shows you how much I really use microSD cards for moving a lot of stuff around. Computer to computer, recording stuff, all that stuff. Yeah. Recently I got some new computers added. I'm up to about 10 or 11 computers now. And I needed to be able to wire them up, and I did have up-to-date Cat 6 Ethernet patch cables. And I thought, got to make sure that for the next ones I get in, I got more patch cables that are... See, when I started, there was no such thing as Ethernet. It was 2 twisted pairs going down the hallway. What's the name of that protocol? I can't even remember anymore. Yeah, and this was at NC State, North Carolina State University, Raleigh, Hillsborough Street. And I remember a guy telling me, I was talking about the modem we had wired to the back of the PC, Radio Shack PC, and it connected to a telephone twisted pair cable, and it was only going to connect from there to a building that was literally 300 yards away across the road on the other side of Hill Library. which is where the IT people were. And I remember a guy from the telephone company said, yeah, it only may be less than a quarter of a mile straight line, but it could be 7 or 8 miles by telephone connection. Even though this is a, quote, dedicated line. You don't know what the actual routing is. That taught me something. So here's some more USB cable, Cat 6, so that I can connect up my computers. And you know, they're moving to the higher speed modems and even the chips on the newer computers. And this one is a 25 foot, and these two are shorter. Ooh, be careful, Steve. We don't have to call EMS. You need to cut away from yourself. So it's the same thing, but it's 5 foot. That's for just interconnecting between that and the actual router. So there we go. We got those. I'm happy with that. They look good. They look like licorice. You've seen this so many times. I've switched almost completely, almost, not quite, but almost completely to SSD drives. And I like to mount them on these kind of frames because I do a lot of connect to unconnect, and I would rather wear this out rather than the drive. And the way the drives are, I might twist and break the connector. So if I have it mounted in here, and I can't break that, and if I do, this is $5, whereas an SSD drive might be anywhere from $50 to $200. It's just you learn that doing auto mechanics. So I got 2 of these. I don't know how many of these I've showed you. Maybe up to, maybe I've got 10 of these, maybe 8 already. And I need to buy more because they're all in use. And since I got another pair of computers, and they're sitting stacked on each other, and they're my rendering computers, they can sit in a room, and I use the desktop app so I can control them like I'm actually sitting in the room right there in front of them. But I don't have any sound from them when I use them. So the big deal is, come on. The big deal in the world is they want to power stuff off the USB, including the speakers, and I look at the power drains and I say, well, these are older computers and maybe their power supply in USB could handle it and all that stuff, and I'm not interested. I'm taking this out because I'm going to connect these right up as soon as I finish this video. So this is like the older style. You have the left and the right channels. You have the power control and the volume here on one of them, and this connects to the back of the this would connect to the back of the computer, but I have a hub that switches between them, so I connect this to the hub, and the hub switches which one is actually connected to that color on the back of the computer. And what the reason why I chose this out, and they're not very expensive, because that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be a wall board. Okay, so that's my treasure trove from last week. I'm going to be playing with that one, learning something new. Everything looks like it's what I ordered. Everything looks like it's in first-class shape. Thank you very much for the service I receive. It's the day after the 4th of July. I'm so happy where I was born and where I grew up. Steve AB4, just having fun, spending money. Saying see you in 73.